nice. The test car still has its traction with it. Okay. Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story, and this, well, it'll be a special episode. You'll see why. We're in the western suburbs of Illinois, and I'm with Roger. Roger, your last name?
My last name is Parlett.
What year, make, and model is this one?
It's a 1968 Mustang Cobra Jet.
Let's take a look at this Mustang Cobra Jet, because this one, well, it's special. Roger, tell us what the 135 series test car is all about.
Ford wanted to promote the new engine in '68, and so they had to rush into production 50 engines in the Mustang to qualify for the race.
And that's you back in the day?
Yes, that was the summer after I purchased it, racing at my own dragway.
You're the original owner of this car?
Yes.
And what company did you work for?
Well, I was an engineer with Ford.
Okay.
And
in what division?
In product development.
So you've seen this car from the beginning?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. The two of you have been together ever since. So it is truly a member of the family. Come right alongside me and let me feature this Mustang. So this Mustang was 6 months in that area, and you were, I'll call it, kind of watching over it the whole time.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Let's take a look at it from the side, shall we? Come right alongside. And this, you haven't really done any type of major restoration. You could see that's all 68.
No,
so this
car has a large number of production parts. The paint is original, and the bumpers are original.
Obviously, the rims are upgraded.
Yes, I always was fascinated with chrome 5-spoke wheels, so I made that change.
Well, we got to show them right off the bat. This car is a special car. Now, did it always have, did the 68 have that little piece like that in there, the chrome piece?
Yes.
Okay. And we got the Mustang and the side. You're going to see, why is that special? Why is that there? That came from the factory.
As we'll see later,
let's see.
There's a brass tag that was given to engineering test cars.
Let's show it.
Okay.
Go ahead. You're not going to see this again, folks. That tag matches that window. And I see it's got this tag there as well, where you don't usually see that. You see the tag like that sitting in the door that I just showed you. Tell me about the tag.
Ford used this numbering system to keep track of engineering test cars. So every test car got one of those brass tags, but as the years went by, a large number of those tags disappeared. And fortunately, mine remained with the car.
Wow. And so the Swiss cheese, as I'll call it, the holes, that was an idea to try to lose some weight on the car.
Yes.
And this is the only one that had the Swiss cheese hood.
Yes. When Ford kept this car back for 6 months to work on different engineering problems, they got a request to take weight out of the front end. So and they drilled this, I think there's 94 holes in the hood inner, as well as they put a garden tractor battery in, again to reduce weight. This engine also has an aluminum intake.
So we have an aluminum intake. Now there's a very special piece over here. I'm going to try to get over here. Tell me what the DSO stands for. Which by
the engine plant wanted these 50 engines segregated in the assembly plant.
Mm-hmm.
So they put that large yellow sticker.
And DSO stands for?
Domestic Special Order.
Domestic Special Order. Now, this one obviously came later, but tell me how you had to prove it. I'm going to stand where you are, if you don't mind. Because there's something I want to show people. On that valve cover, you'll see that little extra yellow right in here. Okay, yes. So go ahead, tell them about this, because those things would just peel off.
I was very fortunate because the original sticker crumbled.
Yeah.
Just went away.
They all did.
Okay. But there was a residual yellow smear on that rocker cover.
Yeah.
And when I inquired about that sticker, everybody kept telling me there's no such sticker. And I knew there was, but it was going to take a little bit of searching on the internet to find another sticker like that, which I did. It was in Australia, of all places, so that was an effort in itself. Then when I was able to get it, I started asking the other 50 car owners and any Ford type people, are you familiar with that sticker? It's like huge, you know.
Yeah. And
nobody had heard of it. Okay, so I was kind of getting challenged, but eventually somebody on the 352 website found a picture of that sticker on their car back, you know, many years ago.
Yes.
And so that provided the proof we needed.
In the hood, and I just want to show you this flapper valve. As soon as Roger starts it, you're going to see that valve does that. Let's listen to how that sounds. Oh, that is smooth. Let me, can you step on the brakes for a second? There's your brakes. Let's listen to it idle. Go ahead, give it a rev. Nice. I will shut that down. Roger, come on out. We'll show the back of your car here. First of all, a great picture here. Let me show the back just before you jump in. Would you mind if you close the hood for just a second? I want to get that back end looking really smooth. Just like that, although it looks great that way too. Thank you, Roger. And as we show the tail of this car, you can see the concave in the lights. You've got the Mustang here. Now, you were sharing with me, the bumper's all the same. The paint is all Wimbledon white. This is all, you can see the fresh color there, so it's not redone. Even like right there, you could see the paint through. Can we open the trunk for a second? Now, for those of you who want trunk and treats, we have a lot of them for you in the extended trunk and treats, which go to the description of this video, and we give a lot of details besides that poster that you saw on the front end. We'll close that. All the markings I see, can you open that just a second? Look at all the markings I just noticed there. 32 again. Wow, okay. Still smells new. May I open it?
Yeah.
Thank you. So as we open it, we have your Ford there. This here. Now again, we have that tag right there. We'll show you that interior. Beautiful. Roger, what do you feel like when you get in this car? Does it still bring you right back to that time frame?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The no is because I did not spend that much time racing and driving the car. It's only got 6,900 miles on it, or a little more now.
Yeah.
And I really was having trouble deciding how I was going to use this car, because in 68 and 69 it wasn't that unique a car. It was a base model with a big engine, but what changed a few years after the car won the Winter National Drag Race, those 50 cars became more prominent.
Right.
And even though that was exciting for me, having one of those cars, I still wasn't pursuing racing it because I was so busy working at Ford.
Yeah.
and raising a family. So the car ended up sitting
Just sat
for
there.
many, many years.
When did you finally take it back out again?
About 8 years ago.
Is that right?
I decided at my age, I've either got to fix this car and show it, or I've got to sell it.
One of the two.
And I did not want to sell it.
Well, it
So I
sounds.
started working on it.
Well, let's take it for a ride.
Sounds good.
So Roger and I are out here driving around in the Mustang, and what a perfect day. I'll just show you what that looks like. Roger, tell me the story when you were a young man, you were drag racing. What did they tell you about that?
When I entered the car at Milan Dragway, I really wasn't sure how quick it would run.
Yeah.
Because the 135 cars had a few parts that weren't the best. They didn't have a good exhaust manifold, for instance. But the car was running 13.4 seconds at 105 miles an hour.
Wow.
Which was plenty good to win the class, and then to win the eliminator bracket. And the last run, I'll never forget, was against a 440 Chrysler Roadrunner.
Yep.
And I actually still have a picture. As we came out of the chute, we were dead even. And when we got to the finish line, I won by 12 inches.
Is that right?
It was close.
That was a good run.
Yes. And shortly after that...
We're going to make a right here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The track personnel kind of cornered me and said...
I apologize. We're going straight. My mistake.
Said, Roger, we would appreciate it if you wouldn't come back. Because...
Don't bring your car back.
We've had complaints about this car. Because Mustangs are not known to be this quick. And I thought, what?
This is where we're making the right.
And I did come back.
And
we won. The car was never defeated that summer.
That is absolutely fantastic. So I wanted to feature this automatic as we're driving. Tell me the story about that, because this is the only one that had an automatic that were all 4-speeds.
When engineering was evaluating the performance of the manual and the automatic, they found out that the automatics were actually quicker, which was kind of a rub to the guys that were fast with the 4-speed.
Yeah, right.
And I love 4-speeds, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when it came right down to the best laps time, the automatic had.
So this is the only automatic?
Yes.
The only Swiss cheese hood and the only automatic?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that axle in the car.
The 50 cars were built with a more conventional axle ratio, because they knew the racers would change to a high numerical axle. But engineering asked the race group to change this one to a 4.30 axle, which meant that it would accelerate very quickly. But if it had a lot of power, which it did, in the quarter mile, you reached peak RPM before the finish line.
Okay.
So that was not a wise decision.
Got it. Okay, that's good to know. How nice is that? That's pretty good right there. Roger, what a great piece of history we're getting the chance to ride, and I'm so glad you put it together again. And it was really a fun time listening to you in such an iconic Mustang. Thanks so much for being on My Car Story.
My pleasure.
Thank you.